I don't know if this mic works, but I think everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
Not a chance. I'm known to have that stage voice. It's really on fiscal responsibility and some of the actions the state has done in the last few months.
Sure.
My question is dealing with, and I want to kind of set up the precursor to the actual question.
Sure.
Earlier this year, you made an agreement with a New York company. We're going to give $11.5 million type benefit to bring 100 employees and their business into the state.
Which one is this?
I don't remember, it was in Hartford Current, probably back about February, March.
Wouldn't be that much money. Maybe. I'm not.
Okay, I just, that was that. So this was a New York company to bring some of their office here. I guess I don't remember all the details.
Well, one deal is an insurance company. I'm trying to claim from my head what these various companies are.
ESPN was another one. You
Right.
got them to come in here. Just prior to that, they had laid off some people. Then they brought a whole division in from New York to bring here. So these are fiscal decisions the state has made to try to bring business in here. But also, too, part of it is, and I hate to go on this, we just see a company here in Bristol, which is very important to Bristol because they brought in a $50,000 a week payroll, $2.5 million to the residents in Bristol that's now being chased out. I hate to mention the name, SB 1160, because they don't feel that they can manufacture what they need to manufacture in the state. So we're chasing them and all their suppliers out of the state. When you look at 1160, you go,
Public Act 13.3 now.
yeah, 1160. When you go look at 1160 and the Office of Fiscal Analysis of the cost of that bill, we're putting $1 million to go after criminals and criminal possession of guns, but we're going to spend almost $23 million on going after law-abiding citizens who've already been fingerprinted, already have had their pistol permits, have been law-abiding, not caused any problems, not been arrested. So we're wasting all this money on that particular issue because a criminal, by the name of criminal, is they're not going to follow the law. So those that are criminal are not going to do it. They'll go up and download from the internet, even though they stopped it at that one site, plastic guns that can be printed on home 3D printers, or go out of state and get them to come in and do whatever they want. They're not going to abide by the law. So we're wasting $23 million on something that might, and I'll give you due cause. It might have an effect on preventing another, but that's a slim might. And instead of putting the money where it should be, law enforcement going after gangs, criminals, and helping the mentally ill.
I think I got your point. I want to talk about that.
Well, I kind of went backhanded on because I was looking more at the fiscal.
First of all, don't some of that company to leave, and there's no reason for them to leave except that they want to leave. They can manufacture a product. We've made it perfectly clear from the very beginning of this discussion that as long as you manufacture a product that is can be sold in the United States, we want you to stay. In fact, the company you're talking about does make guns that have 10 around magazine capacity. They do. So if they leave, it's because they want to leave, not because we're making them leave. Now, some companies have used, that was part of the reason that we shouldn't pass a law that people in Connecticut overwhelmingly want. I mean, this was the threat. If you pass this law, we'll have to leave. There is nothing in this law that would require them to leave the state, or for that matter, to not produce that which they are currently producing. Nothing in this law. That's the reality. So you want to then engage me in a discussion about our forcing them out of the state. We're not forcing them out of the state. They have a decision to make. Are they loyal to their employees who helped them build that company in this place? Or are they going to, because they've made the threat, exercise the threat? That's their choice. I can't change that. And in fact, overwhelmingly, people in Connecticut want this set of laws. I understand you don't, and I understand they don't. But overwhelmingly, I've looked at the numbers. Overwhelmingly, people do not want large capacity magazines sold in the state of Connecticut. People want everyone to have a universal background check. People don't want these high capacity weapons sold in their state. You can't give me numbers that indicate anything that I just said is not true.
But the point that we're going to put out $23 million, well, actually $2.5 million just to hook up the databases necessary for the state and the mental health plus more. Why can't we just support the information going to the NICS, N-I-C-S, I always confuse it with N-C-I-S. NICS, which is already recording
We're
standard.
using the NICS system, we're tied into the NICS system.
So why would we do that?
Every background check that needs to be completed will be completed through that system.
Where's Ariel? Did I mistake that?
No.
But we're making a
She's my expert.
duplicate system to back up the NICS?
No, I'm not sure we're talking the same language. First of all, I don't think the gun registration is going to cost us the permitting and the extension of recognizing, if you have a long gun and you owned it before the date of this legislation, you have the right to keep it. If you own a magazine that has a capacity over 10, you have the right to keep it. But as part of your right to keep it, and this was part of a legislative compromise, you have to declare it. Because if you don't declare it, then we don't know that it's grandfathered.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the registration.
Okay, go.
I do have a problem that we're spending, it seems like we're spending extra money where it should be being put into law enforcement, going after the criminals, the gangs, and helping mental illness people.
Go. And what I will tell you is, when it comes to law enforcement, I'm a former prosecutor myself. Took my first job as a prosecutor in New York City, ran a total of $17,500. I tried 23 felony cases in a period of 18 months, and I had convictions in 22 of those. 4 of those cases were homicides. I have supported local police. I've supported making sure that we increase funds going to local communities, because I understand how much pressure fire and police and education budgets have been under as a result of the downturn in the economy. I will also tell you that while I've been governor, we've created more than 23,000 new private sector jobs. And I will also tell you that each one of the deals with respect to bringing employers or getting employers in this state to grow pays for itself. I will also tell you that we're also working for the first time in our history with small businesses. Some of those small businesses being right in this community, preserving 81 jobs and growing 91 jobs with respect to one program that we brought to Bristol alone. So when it comes to my desire to grow the economy, support local police, fire, and education services, or create jobs, I'll stand by my record. I understand we have a disagreement on this point. I understand that, and you've been extremely respectful of me, and I'm trying to be extremely respectful of you. I just don't think we're going to overcome that difference today.
Thank you.
Thank you.